Sup, you fantastic farmers. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to the very first episode of my all-new series, Heyday News and Ideas. Now, this series, I've been waiting to do it for a long time, and I'm finally able to do it. And basically, what it is I'm going to be showing you different Heyday ideas that I've come across, that are generally some popular ones, some unpopular ones, some that have a lot of views and lots of people know about, some that not many people know about. And I'm going to be presenting you these ideas in a unbiased fashion by showing you people that are pro the idea and against the idea. Now, most of these ideas I'm going to be getting from the Heyday forums, especially under the Heyday Ideas and Future Requests section. And so I really will be fascinated to see whether you enjoy these types of videos. It's going to take a lot of work to do them, but if you guys like them, I'll love to continue making them. So, where did I get my inspiration from? From a YouTuber by the name of DeFrancos. Now, he is an awesome YouTuber. He covers news, politics, and events in such a fascinating, such an interesting way. It's just entertaining and it's informative. I absolutely love it, and I thought, why not give it a try when doing Heyday? Why not use the style of, like how he does his videos with Heyday? And so that's what I'm going to try, and of course, I know I'm nowhere near as good as DeFrancos. I'm not DeFrancos. He is amazing. He's been doing it for years, but I'm going to do my best and see how this goes, and if you guys like it, I will slowly improve over time. But yes, that is officially who inspired me to do this. Why I'm now capable of doing this is I officially got a new computer, which is awesome because now I can do these, and I can also do my other regular Heyday videos, but improved. Because I sort of ran out of ideas a little bit with my other Heyday videos, and that's because I had a whole stash of ideas that I was just waiting to get a new computer to do, and so then I can edit them, because editing's key, and I'm using a program called Wondershare Filmora, and it wouldn't work on my old computer, but it will be able to work on this one, so I will be able to edit the videos, the regular videos on this one, which will be great, and so I'll be able to do those ones and improve, and I've got so many ideas that I can now use because I was waiting to get a computer which I can edit them, so you'll see a whole heap of new ideas that way. But yeah, this here is going to hopefully be fascinating. Hopefully you'll hear lots of new ideas you haven't heard of, and ones that you have heard of, and you'll be challenged, like, oh, is that a good idea? What's the good things? What's the bad things? And I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing it in an unbiased fashion, and then at the end I will give my opinion. Now, I will love to hear your feedback on this series. Do I talk too fast? Do I talk too slow? Do I not cover enough ideas? Do I do too many on one side? All those kind of things. Is the video too long, too short? I will want to hear that, and so please do give your feedback. And thank you also so much for 9,000 subscribers. Absolutely amazing. I really do appreciate it. I was just like, 9,000, oh my goodness gracious me. I'm very happy, and soon we'll be hitting the 10,000, fingers crossed. And also another thing, as you can see, my background right here and right here, it is the Heyday, the package stuff, so that's really cool. The Heyday posters, I got that, and then I have the Supercell card up there. Now, I'm not Supercell, but Supercell gave me that card, so that was a great honor, so I've got that in my video, so I hope the background's looking all right there. So yeah, that's basically it. I also will be inserting some polls in the, the video, so I'll be asking, like different things, and then you'll be able to vote on the polls, and since I love polls, I'll be seeing that, the responses to the polls, but I'll also be able to share them in future videos, as well as when you comment, I will be also, with the comments, I will be inserting some of the comments in there. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to be adding a whole heap of stuff above my head right now. That's where I'll put the pictures of the different things, which I already will have done so far in the video, but I'll be doing that. I'll also have plenty of polls, which I'll love you to fill out. For all the different, like the main section I'll be covering for the ideas which I get is from the Heyday, the forums, the ideas and features requests section. That will be my main point, and I will be linking a ton of stuff, all of those posts in the description, so you can go check it out directly. And so, yes, that is this series. I really do hope you enjoy the Heyday News and Ideas series. Yes, and so let's get into the first video, the first idea. So the first idea, now I do apologize if my eyes go down a little bit because I haven't memorized the responses, but anyway, the first idea is from the ideas and features request section, and it's got quite a few views, and it's called the auction house. Now, it is a poll. They did a poll on it. So now this post, this idea, was started by a user called Evolved on December 18th, 2012. It has like almost 7,000 views, 58 replies, and the last reply was in 2014. So as you can see, here's the poll results of it. Do you like this idea? And it was actually very split. Now, of course, I think it's very unfortunate with the Heyday, you know, the Heyday forums. There's very few people ever vote in the polls, which is a shame because it's such a good feature and I so love seeing all the responses. But when not many people vote, then it's sort of like, it's a very small sample considering there's millions of players, and you know, there's a lot on the Heyday forums, but a lot of them don't vote. Partly, I think, because sometimes they make it public. I'm not sure if this was public poll or not, as in like you can see who voted for what. But anyway, so vote is 24 and the poll is closed. But for the 24, I like this. 15 voted in favor and 9 voted I don't like this. So there's quite a strong mix actually. You know, it's very balanced, and you know, it's slightly in favor of I like this, but not in a massive way. So the very first post by Evolved said auction house would be great. I think they meant to say I would love to see a searchable auction house in this game. There are so many times when I need something for a boat delivery or upgrade on Silo/Barn, and I just can't find it. I have 48 friends to search also, but it just can take forever to find something. So, fair statement, they said an auction house. Now, they didn't very describe what they meant by that. They just said auction house, and that's sort of where it sort of developed from there. So then a player by the name of Flight, or user, responded, auction for tools, new feature auction house. Once every hour, the game creates an auction for a rare item, bolts, planks, vouchers, decorations, etc. Players are allowed to bid on that item with any amount of gold after the time expires, the highest bid wins, and a new auction starts. To clarify, players are not allowed to create auctions and sell their items. Auctions are handled by the server with new generated items, and everyone can bid. The gold goes on the server and the winner receives the item. If you are outbid, you get your gold back. This can give high-level players new value to their gold and also a new way to collect items, but probably at a very high cost. And since players can't sell items at the auction, it will not harm the newspaper. So this, and by the way, they do, these are totally valid responses, but it is contextual, so this is a very long time ago. This was 2013, this response, and so then the game has changed, you know, the value for gold, you know, with Maggie, it's like, okay, you know, there's the value of gold, there's other ways to spend gold now. Back at the time, there probably wasn't as many ways, so things do change, but still a very valid response. So this person is in favor of it. Then you had other people agree, you know, I'm not sure if they were agreeing specifically to that, you know, that person or to the original mention of the auction house, and so you had someone say yes, 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 and someone say agree. And by the way, I will just say I have not added it in the whole responses for all the players, so it's not like I'm trying to, you know, I'm not trying to take their view out of context to just, they might have said something else that I didn't think was that interesting for this discussion, but they did agree, so I just added that in. And also, the ideas are not necessarily, by doing this and doing, you know, this post and this form and this, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that the original person started it, it was originally their idea. That's up for you to determine. By that I'm meaning that there's some people copied other people's posts. I have no idea whether this one is or isn't. It's very hard to tell when you have similar ideas and then someone posts it a month later or a year later and says it's their idea. So I'm not even getting into that. I'm just saying this is a post. This person posted this idea. Someone may have had an idea similar or the same earlier. Yeah, I'm just leaving it at that. So yeah, I just sort of mentioned that. Okay, so there was those ones in response. And so then you had another player said the roadside auction. When you want to sell an auction, you want to make the most coins possible at a reasonable price. But what if you wanted to set a reasonable starting price but want lots of coins? Then an auction is the answer. To set an auction, use the same process as to sell an item immediately, but a submenu will appear with two options, auction and sell now. For the auction, you set the duration ranging between 1 hour and 5 days. Each time scale ascends in half an hour, and the starting price, which starts at the automatic price of the item. Player who want to buy from an auction can automatically set the maximum price they would be willing to pay for that item, and the game would automatically make a bid until the bidding has reached the player's maximum price. So that one there, a more detailed response. You know, this isn't the original one, but the same between 1 hour and 5 days. So it's very unique. That would be interesting. So that person there is mentioned that how you can do the auction or sell now. And so far it's all positive. So then someone said, Auction House, I'm a relatively new player, but one thing about the game that really bugs me, endlessly searching through the newspaper to find the items I need. That's still a problem today. They didn't say that, I'm just adding that in. Surely an auction house or similar setup would be much more ideal. You could still maintain a maximum price per item to prevent price gouging, and it would make the gameplay much more fun and relaxing. I apologize if this issue has a repeated item, but I really hate the newspaper, lol. So as you can see, lots of people in favor. So, you know, it's disproportionate. I find that often with posts, even if there is a lot of people that don't like it, they don't respond to the post, which is fine. And then, there we go, and see, here's the first person that actually said, no, I don't really, well, it's just, they basically said, if they made it easy, you would lose interest really fast. And so, fair point. You know, if you know, you could always get all the items you want, you know, then you'd lose interest. Again, it depends on how it was, you know, done, because, like, and this doesn't mean it's super easy, it just means, like, really rich players could buy it. So this here is just, yeah, but that's someone that did not agree with the idea. So then someone said auctions. I don't know if it's been suggested before, but it seems like a good idea. Basically, any item can be put up for auction, including expansion materials, and the person holding the auction sets a starting price and time limit. The users then battle it out for the item. It's a good way for in-game millionaires to spend our hard-earned cash and get the odd item we need. My sandwich bar idea was put into the game. Maybe this will too. Okay, so that one is also for it. Then you had someone called Excellent Posts say, as explained by the forum moderator, if auctions are held, all people will sell their expansion parts through the auction house, and the lower level will not have enough coins to bid on them. And this will be bad for them as they need the parts more than us. You can imagine yourself as a level 15 player and barn space 50, how difficult it would be if we have very less coins and no parts for upgrade. So it will be a no from my side. So again, another person that disagrees. So yeah, the post wise, there's a lot of people in favor. Now, and so there we go, that's the facts, that's the two sides, pro and against it. So now it's going on to my personal take. Now my personal take is, I think part of the problem was the very first person that posted, they didn't give, like, that, it was just very broad. They're just like, auction house would be cool. And then the other players sort of took it upon themselves, because that person hadn't explained as to what they interpreted it by that. So some people were like, well, what they actually meant was that players can then auction them off for super high prices, you know. And then some players are like, actually, no, what that means is the game randomly generates items, and you can auction, you know, it's an auction, and you can buy them. And I think that's, you know, part of the issue, because then you have two sort of separate ideas. Like, you know, you might like one idea and not like the other, or like this one and not like the other one. And so then again, it might be actually two separate issues. Would you want the in-game game generating items that you could then buy, so the extra items, or do you want it so, you know, that's one idea, which is an auction-related idea, or the other one is that players can auction off items, you know, between, you know, like 30 minutes or 5 days on that person's suggestion, and put them for basically any price, you know, and so then you'd be able to buy them off players, and so rather than them selling them in the newspaper. So I think they're sort of separate ideas, and so then, you know, some people would be, when they said they disagree, they're actually disagreeing with, for example, people being able to sell them, but actually wouldn't have minded the idea about, you know, the game generating items. So what do I think? I actually like both the ideas. I think it would be awesome if the game generated items and you can buy them, although I think there probably would be issues with that, like bots would, like, buy, like, them at insane prices, you know. I think that would be a very hard thing to implement. I would like the idea. I don't know if it would work. And also the other one, and players can auction it off, you know. I think that's a cool idea as well. I quite like that. Although, yes, that person did make the valid point that if you did that, who's going to sell it in the regular? You know, they're all going to sell it for high prices generally. So, yeah. There are two ideas. I would love to hear, and I'll put a poll in now, and so what do you think of the idea in general of an auction house? You know, there's sort of the two different ideas, but, you know, do you like them, like, overall, yes, or do you not like them, no, and I might put, like, maybe or unsure. So, yes, that there is officially that idea right there, and so I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Do you like it? Don't you like it? I would love to hear in the comments other things, you know, you might suggest, and so, yes, that is officially that idea right there. Now, I would show you the upcoming events and that, but unfortunately it's like too late because I'm doing the video as of Saturday, and then it will come around on Sunday to when I release the video, maybe even on Monday, and then it will be next week's event. So I won't be able to show you those events, you know, this video, but in future videos, maybe if I record it at the right time, I'll be able to add that in there. Okay, now showing you 3 ideas that I've come across in the Heyday Future Requests and Ideas section. Just, you know, things that haven't got many views, but I thought were pretty cool, so I thought I'd just show you 2 of them anyway. So now the first one is option to sell in hundreds. So this was started by Panda460, replies 5, views 61. So this here, very small, very minimal stuff. Now I won't be showing you replies to that. They're just cool ideas, or not necessarily, well, I think they're cool, you know, I don't necessarily agree with them, but anyway, like, most of them I do, but some of them I don't. So, option to sell in hundreds. So, this was 20 hours ago, although it will be a few days ago by the time I release this video. So, that was called options to sell in hundreds, and that was also the title of their post, that there is an option where if you have lots of an item, you can sell like 20, 30, 40, 50, etc. at once. And so that's basically, you can sell, you know, like 100 of something, and that, you know, with big players, you know, that have like 12,000 space, and that might have like 5,000 wheat, or, you know, something like that. Hundreds would be quicker than tens, you know, and so that there is an idea right there. I think that one would be cool. I think it would be pretty cool to be able to sell in hundreds, but up to you, you know. Well, it's, you know, you know, it's just my opinion, you know, these are just my opinions when I say that, you know, I'm just reading the idea, I think it's cool, I'm like, I'll just say it, you know, and then I'll say my opinion on what I think would be a cool idea. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know on, you know, on all the different things, you know, what you think. I'll be more than, I love reading your comments. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is the global chat. Okay, so this one here was started by, and I'm sure this has been suggested before, like, it just sounds like an idea that would have been requested before, but I just saw the recent one. Anyway, so this was started by Stony Creek Farms 6 days ago, so they had a poll with it, so 75 views. So it was global chat. Hi, so I think global chat on Heyday would be a cool idea. You can connect with other Heyday players easier than just the neighborhood, and that was in all caps, just the neighborhoods. People could find new friends or neighborhoods to join as well. I think it could help connect people more on Heyday and have good fun chats with others on Heyday. I really like seeing how Clash of Clans says this, but sadly Heyday does not. I would love to hear other people's opinions on this, thanks. I would repeat that last sentence as well. And so, yeah, and then they had a poll, and it was, do you agree with global chat or not? And it only had 3 responses, and, you know, there was 1 yes, 2 no's, and probably the yes was from that person. But again, 3 is so minor. You cannot take a poll on 3. You know, you need at least 20, I would say, you know, ideally 50 or 100. But yeah, this has 3 polls, 3 voters, and so it was overwhelmingly no. Now, what I think about this idea, I honestly don't know. Like, I think it would be kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm not like, yes, we need to add global chat. Like, there could be some issues, you know, you'd have to, then, you know, harassment issues, you'd have to be, you know, there are issues surrounding it, you know, even Clash of Clans has some difficulties, but they seem to manage it really well. So yeah, I'm honestly open to that. I think it would be possible cool, but I'm not for it or against it, really. I'm sort of neutral. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. Okay, and the final one is on the farm button. So on the farm in quotes and then button. So this here was 3 days ago by Jilly B. So on the farm button, could we have some way of letting others in the neighborhood know when other neighborhood players are actually on the game? Some neighbors ask for help with items, so you need to get ready for them. Then they've gone offline, so you're left holding onto that item for ages, you know, waiting for them to come back. This would also help with derby help tasks, and you would be able to see when the neighbor is on. So there we go, fair point. I actually would sort of, it sort of links into the idea, you know, like with Clash of Clans, they have how many people are currently online. I think that is like, I think it's a great idea, to be honest, and so this person's sort of doing a similar thing, and so they're saying it's an optional thing, so you can press you're online or not, because, you know, some people don't want others to know if they're online, and even me, to be honest, sometimes, you know, like, I'm just playing Heyday, and I really don't feel like getting into a big chat. I just sort of want to do a few Heyday things, you know, without people knowing I'm online. So I think that an online, you know, to show how many players at least are online would be helpful with individual ones, and on the farm button, again, that would be an optional thing, so you wouldn't have to ever use it, but if you wanted to, you could use it, and I certainly see the frustration, you know, you're waiting, you're holding on to all these items to sell someone for their task and that, and then, you know, like, you know, and then they just go and you're waiting. Yeah, it can be a pain. So there we go. There is another idea. I would love to hear your comments and thoughts on that one there. So anyway, that will wrap it up for this video. I really do want to know what you thought. I will do a poll. Did you enjoy this type of video or not? Again, it was my very first one, so sort of even the camera angle wasn't right. I was a bit low at times. But yes, I tried my best. I really do hope you enjoyed it. And also another poll, just, you know, as many, and also suggest polls in the comments. Another poll is, how many of the following have you visited? Heyday website related. So there's, you know, the Heyday Wiki, there's Heyday Discord, Heyday Reddit, and Heyday, what's the other one? Heyday Reddit forums. There we go. Heyday, yeah. So forums. That's where I get most of my ideas. Heyday forums, and so yeah, I'll put that poll there. So let me know, and I think it should be. You can choose as many as you want. So I would love to hear that. So please do like, comment, and subscribe. Please, I really do want your feedback for this video. Is it too long? Did I spend too long doing this? Suggest, you know, the main idea. Would you like just more simple, just single ideas, or a more in-depth one of the main idea? I really do want to hear your comments. Please do let me know. So yes, this has been your host SuperSight. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you have an awesome day.